And we are live. What is good, everybody? It is your girl Nia, the video game her, and this is the 71st episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. So we have a lot of individuals on our podcast tonight, so I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy these individuals as much as I do. These are people that I talk to on Twitter, Facebook, and stuff, and they have a lot of good, interesting gaming opinions. And before we go ahead and I can't talk. Before we go ahead and delve into these topics, I'm sorry, I'm flustered because I'm trying to rush. I need to just chill and like slow down. But so before we go ahead and introduce our guest, let's go ahead and there is a mad echo, and I don't know who it is. I think it's Chris.
It's me. I ain't saying shit.
I think it's coming through your mic. Yeah, I don't know. So before we get into the guests, let's go ahead and introduce the main panel. Coupon is not here. She's currently stuck in traffic, so she's either not gonna be here or she's gonna be late. So let's go ahead and introduce Alex to the panel. So Alex, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let the people know what you've been gaming on and what's been going on your side of the globe.
What's going on, everyone? Activeson here. What I've been playing is Nier Automata. Playing through that again. Got all 3 endings, all the important endings anyways, so that's done. Right now, playing some more Bayonetta 2, and I'm going to play through Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle after that. And possibly Detroit Become Human. I'm going to watch that movie on Friday.
I'm sorry, but that is so... It's good! I don't care what you say, Alex. It's freaking good. Anyway.
It's still not a video game.
I mean, you're right, but it's so good. But it's so good. Anyways, let's move on. I'll have my segment in a
I hope
bit.
you have your popcorn ready for that.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm
God.
gonna have my blanket and a pillow and popcorn.
It's definitely that
Maybe
type
some
of game.
alcohol too to make yourself forget.
Definitely that type of game. So next we're gonna go ahead and introduce our first guest. So shout outs to G-Rock. G-Rock has been on the podcast many times before. So G-Rock, why don't you let the people know who you are, if you would like for people to find you, where they can find you, and what you've been gaming on.
All right, what up, everybody? I don't want y'all to find me because I riled down on y'all. But I've been playing Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I got that on Switch, actually, so nobody can say I didn't support.
Wait, you talking about
playing...
Street Fighter? You got Street Fighter?
Yeah, I got Street Fighter. I got it on Switch and PS4.
Yeah.
I got it on Switch and PS4. And I've been playing Detroit, and I love that movie.
Yo, Detroit is so fire! It's good. All right, Afro Goon, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know where they can find you and what you've been gaming on.
Sorry. Anyway, you know, Afro Goon, you can call me Josiah too. I don't care if people know me by my name. You
Josiah?
can really find me on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Twitter. As usual, I'm on, but I'm also playing Odin Sphere. I'm trying to get the platinum for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna also go up to Hyperlife Drifter and shit like that. And I'm just playing all kinds of shit. But on Twitter, you can find me as Afrogoon Part 2. That's my @ and then on Twitch, I stream sometimes, but not much. But it's Afrogoon on there too. And as for videos, I don't really have anything planned except for one review, but that's like months away. So yeah, that's about it.
I know I'm a trash person, but I didn't even know you had a channel. I'm gonna have to go subscribe.
There's not much to subscribe to, though. I'd be like, you can, but it ain't nothing interesting going on in there. Just
maybe one day, you know, you'll get into the groove and you start making like consistent content. Sometimes it happens.
I hope so. I want to get to that point.
Yeah, that'd be pretty lit, I think. All right, Avatar Yaya, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people and let them know what you've been gaming on, fam.
All right. I've been playing a lot of God of War. I've been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Fighter still, and a lot of Union. I've been playing a lot of those. Those are my 2 main fighting games. Mm-hmm. I'm a Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts shield. I love Nintendo too. You can find me at Avatar Yaya on YouTube, Avatar Yaya TV on everything else. I upload almost 4 to 5 times a week, so I try to stay consistent there. But
for sure.
That's pretty much it.
For sure, for sure. Abaddon, go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, what you've been gaming on, bro.
What's happening, people? This is Avedon Smith. That is AVIDAN, in case you're wondering how to spell, because I know you probably asking. I've been gaming on Splatoon 2, ARM, Street Fighter Anniversary, 30th Anniversary Edition, and a little bit of Overwatch too. So,
Nice.
a little bit of shooters, fighters, catch those owls, you know.
For sure. For sure. Alright, so you guys already know who I am. It's your girl, the video game her. I'm going to be hosting tonight's episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. So if it seems like I'm going through this very quickly, it's because I am. Because I'm going on a trip tomorrow and I want to make sure that I get plenty rest because I don't want our shuttle and our plane to leave us. So, you know, that's kind of a big deal. But as far as what I've been gaming on, man, you guys know that I've told you last week, I've been going through it, man. Like, I've been sick. The end of the school year was crazy hectic, so my body was not having it. So I didn't play anything like the last couple of weeks before, maybe yesterday. So I finally got back into getting some games in. So I've been playing Dauntless. Dauntless is officially now in open beta. So I played a little bit of that. Me and Daniel have been playing Deep Rock Galactic on Steam, which is a pretty good co-op game if you like co-op games. And I've been playing this little RPG called Shinus the Lightning Kingdom as well. I'm playing a lot of random stuff that nobody's ever heard of before, so that's always, y'all know that's pretty much all I do on my channel. I'm always playing these little rinky-dink indie games and free-to-plays and stuff like that because your girl is broke and I'm a hipster, so there it is. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get into all of these good news topics. Not really a whole lot of news this week that isn't related to Pokemon, to be honest, so this is bottom of the barrel type stuff. A couple of interesting things, but for the most part, we definitely have to scrape the bottom of the barrel for some of these topics. So, I like Lego games, so I'm actually pretty excited about this. So, the Lego, who's the people who make the Lego games? TT Games, right? It was TT Games. Announced the new Lego game coming out, Lego DC Supervillains announcement, and it's coming also, of course, to Nintendo Switch, because, you know, if we don't get nothing else, we know we're gonna get Lego games. So, if you are a fan of Lego games, that is going to be available to you. I really feel like the Lego games are pretty good, but that's just my opinion. So the next bit of news is Sonic Team announced the Team Sonic racing game for Nintendo Switch trailer. So for those of you guys who are big fans of Sonic Racing, you guys are going to be getting a new entry soon. I don't know, is it coming this year? Does anybody know?
It's coming this winter.
Yeah, it's in winter time.
Yeah, so it's gonna be coming. It's gonna be coming this year, so you guys can look forward to that. This is gonna be the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe killer, guys. So you know.
To be real though, like
the floor is a killer.
Oh
Mario
gosh.
Kart 8 annoys me with the items, like the item balance.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, please give me Sonic Racing. Like,
So
they flow it right.
The only problem
So
is you're gonna
Sonic
be playing by
Racing is
yourself.
for people like Avatar Yaya who doesn't have good taste in games.
Oh, damn.
The shade is real.
I'm telling you right now that Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform is just as good as Mario Kart 8.
And I'll tell you right
Chill.
now that
Yo, chill.
the Switch version may as well be a single player because nobody's buying it there.
Chill.
Oh wow.
Just chill. Get your life together.
The shade.
Watch.
Get your life together.
Stop it.
Just stop.
You guys are hilarious.
Drugs are bad.
Yep.
Nah, I'm not hating on anybody who's interested. So I heard that the Sonic Racing games are actually pretty good, so you know, hey.
And they're
that's what
really
it
good
is.
if you don't have Mario Kart on your console.
Oh
The slander.
no!
I'll hold it.
He said he gonna hold his L and going on. Oh my god, you guys are funny, man. Alright, so next news topic. If you guys are out there still rocking with the 3DS, because you know it's a couple of y'all out there.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I can't do the 3DS
that makes
anymore.
the Sonic thing makes sense now.
The Sonic thing makes sense now.
Hold a double L.
Oh my goodness. So there's gonna be a legendary new Nintendo 2DS XL system coming exclusively to GameStop on the 2nd of July. So those of you guys who still rock with the 3DS heavy, this is another iteration that you guys can look forward to. It actually looks kind of nice. I could have sworn that I've seen like a case that looks similar to this before.
There is a case that looks like that.
Like, not like a case. What is it called? The like the cover, right? Or
Yeah,
they
like
cases or covers? I don't know. Or the cases.
I call them cases. So
Yeah. I feel like I've seen one before.
I think it looks good though.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice and well made. I think all of the 3DS designs look pretty nice for the most part. I really haven't seen any that. I haven't seen
Most of them are pretty solid. I think that's one of the better looking 3DSs though, or 2DS I guess.
It does look nice, and it also comes with a pre-installed version of A Link Between Worlds. So,
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. That's nice looking. Okay. Sorry, I'm still a little bit congested, so y'all gotta deal with that.
I wish the Switch would get some custom consoles.
You know, that would be nice if we.
Where's my Kirby custom?
Or at least custom Joy-Cons. Like, that seems like an easy win.
I want something Zelda.
Yeah.
I want some Kirby custom Joy-Cons. That's what I want.
I want Persona 5 on the Switch. That's what I want.
Yeah,
well,
a lot of people would like that.
We want Cure for Cancer, but that's not coming anytime.
Oh, there it is, guys. So anybody who's wishing for Persona 5 on the Switch, there's your answer.
You will get Persona Q though.
So let's go ahead and move on. Hopefully just on that topic for a little bit, hopefully they port over that one game from the Wii U. Maybe that will get people
Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
I'm gonna take a hard pass on that one. Keep that where it's at.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested in that when it came out, but you know, I don't know.
Just bring Super Mario Maker over and you keep that over there. We call it all good.
Listen,
they need to bring over a Mario Maker
and Xenoblade Chronicles X.
They need to bring over Xenoblade X. They need to bring over Mario Maker. What else is there that they haven't ported over?
There's Yoshi, Woolly World, and Star Fox. That's basically it.
Keep Star
Fox.
Oh, keep Star Fox.
How dare you, you heathens!
They can keep Star Fox there.
You don't believe this.
I'm good on that. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to another news thing. Nintendo has applied for the Indie World trademark, and I'm just going to read a little blurb just to kind of see what it is. Nintendo has recently applied for a trademark for Indie World. Indie World is Japan's version of Nindies and is a presentation showing off many types of independently developed video games on the Nintendo Switch. The trademark is for the company's Indie World website, which features numerous Nintendo Switch Indies titles. So I guess that's pretty good that they're working with indies over in Japan and just kind of getting them some notoriety and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Next news topic. Blizzard says Overwatch, Nintendo Switch port, and mobile ports are unlikely. So here is a little blurb from a representative over at Blizzard. And they go on to say, I think it is one of those things that we constantly evaluate. Where technology is going, where the industry is going. There are challenges in running on the platforms that we're not already on. Otherwise, we will probably already be on some of those other platforms. We'll see where things go. Certainly, there's a huge number of people out there who have Nintendo Switch and mobile phones, but right now, the core development team is focused on supporting the live game. So for those of you guys who are wanting Overwatch on the Switch, it looks like they're not really interested in bringing it over. Anybody have anything to say about that? Any big Overwatch people in here who want to see this on the Switch at all?
I actually don't.
They need to not do it. The online mobile app. Like,
don't. Yeah.
And then in the PS4 PC version, and think about not having it on the Switch. People breaking Switches, bro, because the teammates don't want to cooperate.
I would say keep it on the stronger demanding systems, because Overwatch is a game that relies heavily on its graphics and also the frames per second. A lot of the games that are ported to the Switch are often 30 frames. I can't imagine Overwatch being at 30 frames for a lot of people.
But there's other shooters on the platform that are 30 frames and people don't care.
Which I'll say Doom.
Overwatch is not a very demanding game.
It's really not.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
You could run it.
Well, I run everything in max. I run everything in max settings now. That's why
it won't look pretty, but you could run Overwatch on an Intel graphics card. It's great graphics.
Splatoon 2 is 60 FPS, and that's a decent looking game.
Yeah, that's what I say.
God damn it.
But then again, look what we just said. Splatoon 2, that game sold over 6 million copies.
Yeah.
To date, and I would say that's the difference maker. How like Doom didn't even reach that part.
Well, Doom is also a different type of shooter compared to something like Overwatch as well. Like, one of the things that, you know, that I know it's like a stereotype, but it's like, it rings true when you see like the top sellers when it comes to a Nintendo platform. Nintendo players like games that are vibrant and like, you know, visually flamboyant, if you know what I'm saying.
Should be there.
I know what you mean.
So I think that a game like Overwatch, look at Rocket League, that's a good example. Like games like that, I feel like are more appealing to the Nintendo audience than a shooter like Doom, for example.
Point taken. I retract my statement. That's a good point.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, you know, I think that the Nintendo community would be open to a game like Overwatch, and I feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity because I think that if Overwatch were to come over to the Switch, I think people would gravitate to it because of games like Splatoon, because Splatoon has similar, I feel like, a similar aesthetic to a game like Overwatch.
They do. They both
it's colorful, it's vibrant.
I actually made that comparison on my stream before. You're right.
Yeah, so I could definitely see people gravitating toward it. But you know, there's also this rumor that Paladins is coming to Switch, so maybe Paladins will beat them to the punch.
Whoever gets there first is gonna win. Like Paladins, Overwatch, Fortnite, one of them.
Yeah, and I think that it's a high possibility that Fortnite's coming to the Switch.
I think it's Fortnite.
Yeah,
we'll find out next month. We'll find out next
month.
Oh
my gosh, yes! I keep forgetting E3 is so close to us.
Yeah, like literally less than 2 weeks.
That is crazy. All right, so let's move on. First of all, does anybody have anything else to add to that me and Avedon haven't already touched upon before we move on to our next news topic?
Overwatch?
Yeah.
It's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Switch is the only platform they're not on that's like viable and a hot topic right now. So like they're the ones missing out. But like it's not like they're hurting for money. They're not fucking.
Yeah, they're definitely not hurting for money.
So I don't think they care, to be honest. But like, if they were in the position Lawbreakers was in, I think they would have been put it on the Switch.
Man, the shots are real.
I'm just saying, freak. That's a very unfortunate situation, but it's a situation that he could have avoided. Oh no, that's basically what? Like who? What?
What was another game they made after that?
Radical Heights.
Jetpacks?
Radical Heights is terrible. I can confirm. I tried it. It's terrible.
Oh dang.
But Cliffy B swore to everyone that was good.
No.
I still haven't tried that game yet.
Radical Heights.
Try it now.
Radical Heights is one of the games that goes in their early access that people don't want early access games to be. It was an alpha stage. Highly unoptimized. It was not a good game.
It was alpha, but not in the good manly way.
Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to our next news topic. And this is going to be our last news topic before we delve into our Pokemon talk. And we're only 20 minutes in, so you guys feel free to just give all your Pokemon thoughts when we get to that. So excuse me. Next news topic. Xenoblade developer Monolith Soft wants to make a violent, erotic, and heavy M-rated game for Nintendo. So I'm going to read a little bit of blurb here just to kind of have an idea on what was said and what they would like to do. With Xenoblade Chronicles 2 out of the way, Monolith Soft has been thinking about its next major project. What exactly that might be remains to be seen, but studio head Tetsuya Takahashi wants to make a violent, erotic, and heavy M-rated game, one that pushes the boundaries of what is normally permitted by Nintendo. It isn't explicitly clear as to whether he's referring to another Xenoblade title with a different direction, or a completely brand new property that may or may not be another RPG. So how do you guys feel about the Xenoblade developer making a game with this particular direction? Let's do this roundtable style, because I don't know how many of you guys actually play Xenoblade or like the series. So let's start with Alex. How do you feel about this?
It sounds like he wants to make a creepy waifu dating simulator. That's what I think he's going after, and he's trying to get the okay from Miyamoto. So.
You know,
to be honest with you, I read that, like the headline, and what instantly popped up is you probably heard this game like Code Vein.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's I feel like he wants to take Xenoblade to like that region of like.
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be cool.
I'd be perfectly anything better than. We're not gonna slander it, but I'd rather take it to another direction than what we've been going recently.
Boy, let me tell you. Okay, anyways, next
So
person.
A little too much anime going on with the current one, so if they want to change that, that'd be cool.
How do you feel about this? Do you care?
Wait, is it me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, with me? Sorry. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I just forgot it. Anyway, I'm open to it. The only thing I feel like though is it's gonna be Japan only.
You think it's gonna be Japan only? I don't know. I think Monolith Soft has gone beyond that point. I think
I know,
they
but I'm
can
just
now
saying,
do
like,
whatever they want.
depending on how it might be, if Treehouse gets a hold of this, they'll either change the shit out of it, or they'll say, "Oh, we don't want to bring this to the West, so we're gonna have it ported over. We ain't localizing this."
So you think that if they do it, then it won't come over here?
It depends on how much they go by. I hope no matter what, it does get over here, because I would like to play it.
Right. Abidan, how do you feel?
Hold up. All right. Well, what I'll say is, seeing how, for those of us who have played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you could kind of see that it was leaning towards this direction, kind of, especially with the content, with how some of the blades look. You could tell the art direction, they wanted to go in that direction somewhat in that game, but they had to keep it a teen-rated game.
Right.
So looking forward to seeing this being an M-rated game and more of a violent game. I can definitely see them doing this, and probably as with someone else. I forgot your name. My bad, man. I'm still learning names. But you mentioned that he may be Japan only. I'm likely to agree with him on that. I'm likely to agree with that.
Yeah. I just feel like it's inevitable.
G-Rock, how you feel, bro?
We start getting out here and we starting to pit motherfuckers. I don't want it.
You know, man. All right.
Hey man,
I'm
petting
all
busty
for
waifus save fire.
Nah, but see, my thing is, I don't want to make it sound like I don't dislike Japanese games. Obviously, I'm a PlayStation guy, so that's not the case. But like how Fire Emblem and all this stuff has gotten lately, we petting women, and like, look, okay, I don't pet my girl in real life, okay? I don't want to do that. That's not fun to me. We can make it a little more rated M, make it a little more edgier, a little tougher. That's cool, but like, we don't need to be walking around with like a string of floss, bro, and then they just jump in and we petting their chest and nothing like that. I don't want that, bro. I don't want no porn. Just give me the game,
bro. Man, all right. I'm just.
No one said it.
People actually like playing that kind of shit. That's just so fucking weird to me.
Here's the thing, man. I gotta say this, bro.
Don't do it.
I gotta say this, bro.
You're gonna offend somebody.
I gotta say this, bro.
Uh-oh.
And I feel like it sounds differently coming from me, because, you know, I'm a girl. People are like, oh, you don't like this stuff because you're a woman. I'm like, no, it's just because it's cringy, bro. Like, I have to say it. That is that is one of the things that I absolutely hate about Xenoblade 2. I hate it. And it's not because some of the characters are sexy. Like, I don't have a problem with sexy characters. I think that there's a way to do it though. Like, don't do it in like a creepy, pervy way. Like, do it in a way that's mature, with mature sensibilities. It makes sense. I feel like in regards to, like, you know, sexiness and erotic and stuff like that, I feel like Bayonetta is the best way to go about it. Like, she's sexy, but she's not cringy about it. She's like, yeah, I'm a girl. I love my body. I'm sexy. I'm this and that. You know what I'm saying? But she's not like, you know, blushing because she sees a boy, or like people aren't petting her. You know, it's like, it's not like it's no weird, cringy, just weird, like a 14-year-old is thinking about what a sexy girl looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that, because that completely ruined my Xenoblade 2 experience. Like, a lot of people's like, how come you don't like Xenoblade 2? Is it because of the voice acting? I don't care about that stuff. I don't have to have things in Japanese and subtitles. I don't care. As long as I know what's going on, I don't care about the voice acting. But I don't like the way that they did some of the characters in that game. I feel like the way that they did it was just really cringy, and I just couldn't deal with it. Like
ditzy high school bimbos.
Exactly. I hate that in games. Stop doing that. We don't like that. If you're an adult, you know it's cringy and you don't like it. Like, we passed that stage where we were in teenagers when we look at girls like that. You know, like, we don't look at people like that anymore when we're 35. Stop doing that. It's cringy. But as far as the whole idea, as long as it's not the people who did Xenoblade 2, if it's the main team, the people who worked on Xenoblade X and the original Xenoblade, I'm cool with it, because the way that they did it was dope. Because even in Xenoblade Chronicles X, there were sexy characters. They made sexy men and sexy women. But the way that they did it wasn't cringy.
Like,
I would say, my bad.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, like, I feel like for example, in Xenoblade Chronicles X, like, you had like sexy girls, like freaking what's the main chick's name? Her freaking name eludes me.
Pyra.
No, from Xenoblade X.
Elma.
Elma was a sexy girl, but she wasn't stupid about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do stuff like that. The only one who was
stupid about it was Lynn, because she's fucking useless.
Cause she's the kid. She's a kid. She was supposed to be stupid. But it's like, if you're gonna make a mature game, the game needs to have mature sensibilities where people are just sexy and it's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal that people have boobs and ass and penis. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just people. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the whole violence and stuff, I'm cool with that. Like, I just want them to not be corny. Okay, and I'm done. Just don't be corny, bro. That's all I'm saying.
What I was gonna say to that, hey, what's up? What I was gonna say towards that was, for one, I 100% agree with you. You know, that's a fair and a valid point. Two, what I will say is, I think it was definitely deliberate, mainly because they're going for a specific demographic that's in Japan that really likes that. Because if you notice, the art style for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is mainly based anime-ish. It's more so trying to replicate that whole anime feel, while Xenoblade Chronicles X was more of the sci-fi feel.
I understand that.
So it's like, the demographic of the people who they're going for, you're right. And I want to make sure I'm not saying you're wrong. You're completely right on how you feel, because it's like, it does get annoying when you see that over and over and over again. And it's like, I can't enjoy the story. I can't attach myself to these characters, because I wouldn't want to watch something like this. I wouldn't want to embark on this journey like this. This is getting annoying. But in terms of this being an M-rated game, because I just want to say, it's like, that was a teen-rated game. So again, they're going for the teens in Japan and what they like and what normal teens in America like. You know, what teens in America like, what teens in Japan like. This isn't for us who are 30 and over. This is...
Well, Twitter lead you to believe something different, because the way I see it, I'm just gonna put this out into the universe. that the 30-plus-year-olds who happen to like Xenoblade 2 tend to be a little on the pervy side.
And well, I can't say it about myself because I enjoyed the game. I got past that, and I enjoyed the cliffhangers of the game. I enjoyed the other sides of the game. I actually enjoyed the battle. I actually like battling in the game. The battle system was actually really good. Yeah, the gameplay. Like those are the things I really loved about the game itself. And honestly, for me personally, mainly because I do music too, I love the music. The music was so incredible in that game. So there's so many other factors to me that sold Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for me.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't or you can't enjoy Xenoblade 2. I'm saying that for me, that ruined the entire experience for me. Like the whole thing with Rex and Mithra, like the will they, won't they stuff, I hate that stuff in games. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
It's the whole shy guy, never been around a female type
right.
of thing that's just so freaking outplayed and annoying now. It's like, dude, I don't know how many dudes are out there that are like that all day, every day.
Exactly.
Me. They see a little bit of blood. No, you're not like that. You'll go after it. You're not shy around it. Calm your nuts. But like, no, like, I don't like when there's like when they keep showing these little anime dudes who just don't know how to act around a female. Like they see boobs and they see a butt and they're they're blushing and then they're gone for the whole day. It's scared and cringe. And it's just like, dude, it's just a chick. She's just a chick. There's tits and ass. Just what the hell ever. Touch them. And then and the number one thing that irritates me the most about that cringeworthiness is that they always have that same tired line where the dude or the girl will fall and he accidentally touches her ass or her boobs. Oh my god! Like, that is played the hell out. I don't know how many times I've had a moment where a dude accidentally brushed against me and I'm just like, you alright? You good? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's cool, whatever. Like, so what? Like, can we get real? I'm so sick of that.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start doing that.
I think especially because, well, first of all, Chris, you're not an innocent guy. You a thotty, okay? So you have no problem at all.
Hey, wow. Hey, we're here to fucking talk about Pokemon, not how Chris got.
Oh, we're poking some mons right now.
Wow.
I didn't mean to like that, but that's just my thing about it. Like,
once again, y'all got invited to Team Red to get fucking slandered.
Team Red slanders everyone.
I do want to comment on what Nia said about like Bayonetta having like the perfect like idea of it.
She's perfect.
But at the same time, he went through like Devil May Cry, and like if you played the first two Devil May Cries, it was way worse. Way worse.
I think Bayonetta's perfect. She's like the perfect example of what I feel like adult and sexy feel like when they're coinciding in a video game.
They do need to kind of drop the whole having the whole teen cast thing, because if they want to go for mature, I mean, they always hold back when they have a teen kind of a cast going on. Because with like Persona, things could have gone a lot more brutal, but they didn't. Because it's like, oh, we can't have these gruesome things with these teenagers. I'm like, well, okay, well, make it a college setting or something. I don't know. Try to do something without having a teen main cast, because that's kind of the trend with Japanese like anime and games, and it's just like, well, drop it and then just do some young adults or something.
Right. I think that Yaya was gonna say something. Yaya, what were you gonna say, bro?
What bothers me about Xenoblade, like the character design, some of them are cool. The best one was not even made by like in-house people. It was made by Tetsuya Nomura. To me, the guy with the silver hair, if you play Xenoblade, that was done by Tetsuya Nomura. Yeah. So I'm like, he had it right. He knew how to make a character look mature, badass, all in one.
Exactly.
It just seemed like the other characters were just like, here's your discount cereal, here's your real cereal. That's what I felt like I was playing.
I agree.
Xenoblade 2. So.
I agree with that. There are some characters that look like they were straight up made by children, but it is what it is. So we're gonna move on from that. So a lot of opinions when it comes down to this, and I love Monolith Soft. I love the Xenoblade series, but there are some things that I don't want them to bring over to this M-rated game, whatever it is, if it's a Xenoblade or if it's not.
If we see the trailer and you can pet people, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm done. It's a pass for me.
That's a fucking weirdo ass wifey shit. I don't want none of that.
Just give me Blue Back Rebels X2 and I'm fine.
You know what? I'm good with all of that. You can make all your characters as sexy as you want them.
Right.
So
More characters like Elma.
Just don't give me no more Waste My Time 2016.
No, Waste My Time 2016. He was
not fun.
He was definitely Waste My Time 2016. That was the guy though.
Only for him to be a
I know, like I fell in love with you only for you to betray us. Like, okay. Anyway.
That was hilarious.
So let's talk about Pokemon, because I know that's what you guys are here for. But since Pokemon is our main topic, I want to get some shout outs out of the way before we delve into our main topic. We got lots of people in here. Shout outs to the 38 people watching us right now. We got Chariot Man up in here. We got King Gamer Arthur V32 up in here. We got Ruby Sakurai up in here. We got Paid Enthusiast up in here. Miguel Rose Nail up in here. Yesig, I guess that's how you say yours. I don't know if I say it. And I say it the same way every time. Oh, Amazu's up in here. Unforgiven is up in here. Sonic 171000 is up in here. We got a lot of homies. Oh my god. Got Matthew Pipes up in here, man. We got a lot of people who are not in the chat. So like 10 of y'all are talking, but like 38 of y'all are 20 or something of y'all are watching, chilling, lurking.
Let me watch the fire burn.
They creeping, they lurkers.
So shout outs to each and every one of you guys for coming to the podcast. Make sure you give this podcast a thumbs up because you love us and you watch us every week. And we're gonna go ahead and delve into Pokemon. So for those of you guys who live under a rock, lots of Pokemon news dropped yesterday. So let's go ahead and delve into it. So first of all, we're gonna talk about this one first. There was a little Pokemon nugget to kind of, I guess appease all of the Pokemon people that was dropped on the eShop yesterday called Pokemon Quest. So Pokemon Quest is basically a little time waster game that's gonna be well, it's already currently on the Switch, and it's also gonna be coming to to mobile phones. So a little bit about Pokemon Quest. So Pokemon Quest is a free to start RPG with a focus on exploration and training Pokemon. Pokemon Quest takes place on Tumblecube Island, which is known to be filled with mysterious treasures and special items. You can get a team of up to 3 Pokemon to battle wild Pokemon, gather treasure, and even befriend new Pokemon. And if you have the right ingredients, that is, you can make different foods and stuff to upgrade your Pokemon. And there's other, like I played a little bit of it yesterday. There's other little elements to the game as well that you could use to upgrade your Pokemon. So you are not actually in control of your character. It's kind of like an auto battle type system. But you do have like special attacks that you can perform with the press of like the touchscreen or the press of a button, and they'll perform them, but you are not controlling the Pokemon themselves. Anybody played a Pokemon Quest? If you have, what do you think about it?
No.
No, thank you.
I don't do blocks.
Yeah, I did download it, but I gotta try it out.
Okay.
It's fun, but it feels too much like a generic mobile game.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but they don't advertise it like that. Like, it just comes off as like, oh, hey, you can do this and just give us money, microtransactions.
Yeah.
Blankly in your face, like, look, give me money. You want your Pokemon to get good, right?
Exactly. It's like a little breadcrumb.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't play Street Fighter.
G-Rock, what do you think?
I ain't touching that trash.
He'll be the first one to touch
I'll
it.
probably play it on my plane tomorrow. It's a cute little time waster. But
You got time to waste? You rich.
well, I'll be on a plane for 3 hours. So.
spend that money.
One thing I know that a lot of people are kind of like nervous about with this game is because it's free to start and there's like microtransactions like a typical mobile game, and people are scared that those type of practices are going to be coming over to the Switch full stop. So I don't really know how to feel about that. It's kind of like if they were to put Fire Emblem Heroes, for example, on the Switch, you know what I mean, and passing it off as like
as a full game,
like just a regular eShop game, you know what I mean? So it kind of has that whole kind of feel to me, even though I would definitely play Fire Emblem Heroes on the Switch, to be honest, until, you know, the real thing comes over. So let's talk about this next thing, because, you know, this is good. This isn't like our main topic, because the main thing is about the other thing we'll talk about. So they announced Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but that's not what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about how the Pokemon Company says that the core Pokemon game is coming in the second half of next year. So I know a lot of people are really looking forward to the core series Pokemon, the main Pokemon RPG experience. They were expecting it to come this year, however, and now I'm gonna segue over to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch on September 16, 2018. So,
the most hyped game of 2018.
So I'm gonna give the floor to Alex, because he's the resident Pokemon guy on the main panel. So I'm gonna let Alex explain the ins and outs of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, what's new, what's changed, what's pretty much going on, what is the big to-do around that. Alex?
Okay, well, yeah, basically, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, it's not your traditional Pokemon game. It is a little more intertwined with Pokemon Go, the cell phone game, which is what all the rumors were talking about. It is back in Kanto. They have said it's a brand new game. It's not a remake of Yellow. It just happens to take place in Kanto, and you have the original 151 Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. The battling system is a little different. Like, it's still the RPG style battle system, but you no longer fight the actual Pokemon in the wild, you just capture them. So they've casualized that bit. The way you capture Pokemon is the same way in Pokemon Go. You just throw your Pokeballs. This time you use the Joy-Cons to do it. But the actual, I guess they're gym battles. It looks like that anyways, where you're fighting NPCs. That's normal. You still have your 4 attacks that you can choose from, and you can switch out Pokemon and whatnot. So there are stuff that is normal that you'll be used to, but this game is definitely not the Gen 8 Pokemon people were assuming it was going to be. So you just gotta have to understand that. That's coming out next year. But it looks really cool. Like, as someone who doesn't play a lot of Pokemon, like, I do like the 150. I'm a Gen 1 guy. So for me, this is like the Pokemon game I've been waiting for since I was a kid. So I'm super excited for it. Of course, Pikachu and... Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so as a person who is actually enthusiastic about the game, what are some of the things that you're looking most forward to with Pokemon Let's Go?
What I'm looking forward to is just like kind of replaying Kanto, playing through the Pokemon that I like in a different way that I'm used to.
So it kind of tugs the nostalgic strings for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I like what they showed. I like that there's local co-op, so me and my girl can play together. I'm not sure how the games sync together, or if like we both get the same save file, or how that works. They didn't really explain that yet. But it looks like you can team up together and capture Pokemon and fight the NPCs. I need a little more information because they haven't talked about if we're going through the whole gym system, fighting the Big Four, all that shit. Like, they didn't really say anything about that. But from what they've showed so far, I think it's really cool. It's definitely a more casual Pokemon experience. Like, there's no way around that. It's definitely attempting to bring Pokemon Go players over to the console.
Right.
And that's the smartest way to handle this. They took the best parts of Pokemon Go, they put it into the game, and added the best parts of the regular game, which is the battle system, and they added that too. So I think it's a good middle ground. The graphics look really nice. And yeah, now you can actually buy a little Pokeball and use that too, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for it. I'm gonna get both versions.
Nice. Okay. So, Coupon, do you have anything to say about this before we go roundtable style with the panel?
I was just looking at the video to kind of get a glimpse of it. It looks like something I'd actually be interested in. I'm not big on the Pokemon. I know about Pokemon and all that, but I'm like not a big Pokemon player or anything. Like I've played a few, but not many. Yeah. And I'm really not big into it. So looking at this, the video and everything, it looks fun. I can't even deny that. And I like how they incorporated Pokemon Go, because I did not like Pokemon Go. That was just kind of whatever, walk around, find some Pokemon. They didn't really do too much to it to make it more engaging for a casual like myself, which I won't do. But this makes it more engaging because you can actually incorporate the Pokemon Go aspects and throw it into the actual game, which I am immensely enjoying. I like this. And then the little Pokeball that they have that you can get, this little Pokeball controller. That shit is so cute. I want one. It's adorable. But yeah, I think I might actually pick up on this. It's all about Eevee. Screw Pikachu. Nobody cares about him. So yeah, we're totally going to Eevee.
She ain't lying.
Team Eevee. Don't care about your little Pikachu. You know.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm just saying, you guys are the default. You know, you're just the default Pokemon. That's fine if you like default Pokemon. But,
oh gosh, here we go.
She's not wrong though. She's
right.
No, you're not gonna slander Pikachu.
Pikachu got an attitude. He over here with a freaking detective work and shit.
Listen,
he's the Mario Pokemon. Like, this is cool. I get it, but because of that, I'm going Eevee. Like, it's okay.
You know, Coupon. She's gotta
I go against the grain.
Go against the grain.
So it is what it is. It's okay, Eevee. I got you, boo. I got you.
I think I'm kind of in the same boat as Coupon. I am a person who actually has never played Pokemon. I never got into Pokemon. But considering that this is supposed to be kind of like a reboot-ish type of game to kind of get new people in, I would probably be inclined to check it out, depending on if I could get my hands on it or not. When I first heard about it, to be honest, I was like, that sounds weak. And it doesn't excite me as much as a core Pokemon game would. I think that if I had to choose, I would obviously have a core Pokemon, preferably than this. But if this is what they're bringing to the table this year in order to bring or to give more development time to the core Pokemon game coming next year, then I feel like it was a worthy sacrifice, because it is actually probably a smart idea strategically. Oh my god, who is that? You are going in on this keyboard.
Gotta mute your mic, bruh.
Just like Alex does.
Alex don't care, bro. He be like, okay,
it's not me.
Keyboard, mechanical.
No, I said it was me this time.
Oh.
But like I was saying, strategically, I think it's actually a pretty good idea for Nintendo to try to get newbies on board, because regardless of whether y'all wanted this game this year or not, you're gonna buy it. And it's gonna get money, it's gonna get people over, and it's gonna hold people over.
100%.
And when that core Pokemon comes, and that's gonna be like,
and they'll have more Pokemon fans by then.
Exactly, it's gonna be a big to-do.
Yeah.
So let's talk to the people who actually play Pokemon.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with Avidan. Avidan, tell me what you think about all this Pokemon news. I know it's a lot to digest, but give us your thoughts.
Well, for one, I will say let's go Pikachu. Let's go. Well, let's not go Pikachu. Let's go Eevee. These games, I would say, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's a cash grab, and it's a really good one. It's a really good one because they're giving you Pokeball Joy-Cons, which I'm still trying to process. How did they come up with this? And you know,
they're smart.
It's everyone's dream to throw Pokeballs and catch Pokeballs.
That's hilarious.
Pokeball, so they had to do it.
And I would say it's the perfect system seller for the holidays.
Yes.
So,
this Pokemon game will sell more Switches than a regular Pokemon game would.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like everyone is saying Nintendo is this. I'm like, yo, Nintendo is about making that bread right this year.
Yeah, for real though.
They know how to do it.
They told us they want to sell 20 million fucking Switches this year. This is the game that's gonna do it.
And when I'm looking at it, what I see right now, I see easily, if they're gonna have that come out in November, that's easily 10 to 15 million more Switches sold.
Yeah.
Easily. just in those 2 months. And looking at how big the Pokemon franchise is, we're doing exactly what we want them to do, creating more of a hype, creating more of a buzz, talking about it more and more, buying it, more people getting it. So in the second half of next year, everyone's going to get the 2019 game, which is going to be one of the mainline games. And they made this a casual game because they know a lot of people probably coming back to the series don't got time to train up Pokemon all day long.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So they want a fun experience that you could play casually while you play all of your other games, and this is the perfect game for it.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think about that, Amina. That's true. That is so true.
That's why they want that's why they made this a casual game. It's for the people who don't got time to train up all day.
Right.
Could also be for kittens, everything.
I can't go with that.
Someone in the chat was just talking about how about nobody's gonna be leveling up their Pokemon and stuff, and I'm like, and I just said back, I was like, I don't care, I don't want to be leveling up Pokemon. I ain't got time for all that.
Exactly.
And it's exactly what this game is doing.
Pokemon. Like every time
but like not hard. It's not like that hardcore type of.
It's definitely easier now.
Definitely, it's more casual based, so I don't have to deal with all that nuances of leveling up. I can just kind of get in there and do what I do.
For sure. And I think I'll be cool with that, just to kick back and chill with it, here and there. Kind of has like that Mario Tennis effect. It's like something that you want to get in and play and like chill. You don't have to, spend your life getting your Pokemon, together and collecting them. And, So let's go ahead and give the floor to Avatar Yaya. Let's get your thoughts, buddy.
Alright, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. The whole casual thing doesn't make sense because from Pokemon Black and White and up, they made tools in game to where like you can just sit there, give a Pokemon an item, and walk away for a day, and they could be like 50 levels higher. You know? And I'm in the whole deep end of the community, and like a lot of people are frustrated with this until they announced the main games coming in 2019.
Yeah.
I'm all board for. I just care if it's fun. I just want to know what's the story element of it. That's the big part. Even if it's a remake, like what's going to tie? Now that we have co-op, it doesn't make sense to have like a legitimate story in a way. I don't know what they could do for it. Everything might be a double battle. And my big issue with it was at first it was the inclusion of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Because not just because it's a Pokemon Go. Like I don't hate Pokemon Go. I almost count all of the Pokemon in Pokemon Go before they started adding more. So like for me, this game experience, if I use Pokemon Go, I didn't already count most of the Pokemon like day one. So, and then I thought about it. I was like, oh, it's a good way to help people help Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go, to play it again, to get ready for Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee. Now, my only complaint is the no wild encounters, because that's a pivotal portion to a lot of people of why they play Pokemon.
Right.
Like I like fighting and capturing, get my Pokemon week down, and actually getting them. And casualizing that aspect, kind of mad.
Right.
Now, in this game, they could just OD make it hard to catch harder Pokemon, like in Pokemon Go. I used up 50 Pokeballs to catch a Jigglypuff one time. I'm like, look, I'm trying to go to school, bruh. Like, let me catch this Jigglypuff. Caught the Jigglypuff after 50 Pokeballs, and I was on my way. They might do that here.
Right.
But the only thing a lot of people are forgetting is that I don't know if they count. Some people say it counts, some people don't. I strongly believe it don't. People looking at it the wrong way. like, oh, this game's gonna suck because it doesn't have all these things. But remember, Pokemon XD Yellow Darkness on GameCube and Coliseum, you couldn't do none of that stuff either.
Yeah.
Word.
So like, it could just
I
be
think-
just as good.
Well, the caveat for that was
Yeah.
that it was more difficult, and you had something else you had to do entirely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's really like messing a lot of people up, and this is just me, I'm not in a Pokemon community, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know anything about this. Just based on what I'm hearing about on Twitter, I feel like the thing that people are most really concerned about this is because people are so thirsty for a Pokemon, and knowing that they have to wait another year for a mainline Pokemon kind of like messes them up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, they were hoping that the Pokemon for this year was gonna be the Pokemon that was officially gonna satisfy that core Pokemon fan itch. You know what I mean?
I would say. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You can talk. I'm done.
No, I was gonna say. I would say there's not enough Switches sold yet. There's not enough Switches sold yet. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice, but I feel like the more time they take, the better that game's gonna be. You know, looking at this game, the sprites don't look bad. Like, the graphics don't look bad at all. If I'm being honest about Let's Go Eevee, the graphics don't look bad at all. So if they improve upon these graphics a little bit more and make it a little bit more open world and still give you that 2-player co-op aspect and make
for
it
the mainline game.
Exactly. That would be sick.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll do it. I'll shoot. Take my money.
Yeah. All right. So Afro Goon, go ahead and give your piece, bro.
All right. Well, one thing's for sure is that when they announced it, I was really worried when I saw the trailer, because I was like, okay, that person's outside. Okay, I see an AR Pikachu. This needs to stop right now. And I was just like, man, this is terrible. But actually, when listening to everyone else talk about some things about this could also, I began to think that this actually will bring some kind of light to really the core one, the one that I'm really waiting for to see. Because one of the things that I've had complaints with Pokemon games as they've been coming out, especially with Black, White to XY to Omega Ruby Sapphire, then Sun and Moon, is that the games got increasingly easier. They began to like hold your hands so much more and more and more. And I think if this is kind of Game Freak's attempt to just basically say, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll make a Pokemon game that's a lot more like casualized and centralized to the people who don't really want to try to play these games, while also trying to integrate something that a lot of people are already playing. Then not only will we sell more on that, but there'll be a game for someone here. And then when we have the core game, we'll have something more for someone out there.
Right.
So I'm not as bothered as I was about this. Well, actually, I won't even say I'm bothered now, because if this was the only announcement, then I would be, but it's not.
Yeah. So the fact that you know that a mainline Pokemon game is coming kind of quells your fears about this game.
Yeah, it really does. So I'm just like, I'm cool with it. Like, if this is what people want to get, that's what I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna go to sleep though until January 20. I'm just going to sleep until 2019, until the release date.
For sure. G-Rock, go ahead and let the people know your thoughts on all this Pokemon news, bruh.
It's not like, when I saw it, it wasn't bad. Like, I was hyped. I'm still hyped. I think the mistranslations hurt it too, because like when they said last night, no online battle, like no onlines or no trading, no battling, I'm like, okay, so this like what? This like a single player one and done type of deal or something. And when we woke up this morning, it's like, oh no, it was mistranslation. This is gonna have some online trading and some online battling. So that's cool. I'm in the group of people who I like to train Pokemon, so wild encounters to me are necessary. And I know a lot of people are mad that it's gone, but if they found a better way to let you train to get that same thing without having to take 2 steps and get like caught by a Zubat, like I don't want to do that. Like, and that's the thing is, it looks good because it's a casual game and it's to get everybody in. I understand that. But the problem when you do things like this, and that's not just Nintendo and Pokemon and the Game Freak and Pokemon on this, just everything, when you're trying to open up an audience, you risk pissing off the people who are actually going to be here. Right. And that's the thing, is like, Pokemon Let's Go looks good. Am I gonna buy it? Yeah, because I am a Pokemon fan. I played every one of them, so stop now. So you just can't piss off and alienate the people who are actually gonna be here because you're trying to get money from everywhere else. And I don't want this to be the attempt that Nintendo and that everybody, they fall back into trying to grab this casual market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is that, and Nintendo's not the only one who does it, Sony and Microsoft do too.
Yeah.
But grabbing the casual market is not the way you will expand. These guys will be here for a couple of days, a week, a couple months tops. They will leave because they're not here for the franchise. Pokemon Go is proof of that. It was hot for the summer, but it cooled off because they're not actually here to be actual Pokemon like play. They're not game by Pokemon guys. They don't care about the franchise. They did it because it was the hot thing. So
Yeah,
as long as Pokemon Go can come out and, you know, still retain most of, like Alex said, what makes it Pokemon, we're good. And I don't have any problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But we hopefully at E3, which is in a couple of days, you know, like next week, it starts up next weekend. Hopefully at E3 they detail like, hey, you can train, you can do this. This is the new way to level up, because yeah, like people are gonna want answers, especially because this is supposed to be semi based off of Pokemon Yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like you took some major elements out of what made Pokemon,
Right.
and then you just like, well, nope, it's a new game. We want to go for something else to please everybody. Okay, cool, please everybody. But remember that word means everybody, not just other motherfuckers that's gonna come and give you money for the day.
Right.
So that's all you gotta do. But it looks good though.
Mm-hmm. So let me just, I mean, this is just gonna be a broad question. Anybody can answer. Do you guys think that Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, do you think that is gonna alienate people more? Do you think is gonna bring people in? Do you think that this is gonna be a game that can appease the core fan base just being what it is?
I think
it's gonna alienate the core fan base. Bro.
It's gonna include the core fan base. It's gonna have the Nintendo Switch effect. Yeah. And the reason why I say that is everyone before the Nintendo Switch came out, we had our doubts. When before the new Legends of the Breath of the Wild, we was like, some people were skeptical. A lot of like hardcore Zelda fans were super skeptical about Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
The game ended up becoming Game of the Year. Nintendo Switch became the System of the Year. You know, I think it's just a lot of knee-jerk reactions to, and people are afraid of change. But once
real freaked out by change.
Can I say this about?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
The big issue is, I'm gonna be 100% real. Oh, Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon will like killed a lot of the core like fans. So like every time somebody sees Pokemon, when they heard Switch, we're thinking like, yo, this is about to be like the best Pokemon experience. And then when they started, like when the trailer came out, it was just like the best clickbait. And then the news came out and everybody was like, oh, remember like the Crash Bandicoot meme with the wall? Oh, like that's really how it was for a lot of people. And I feel like with this version of Pokemon, like as a core fan, you can still enjoy it. But after you done beat the story, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gone. Like you might as well rent it or something. Get a GameFly account if you could do that.
And you're one of the people who says that you think it's gonna alienate people for that reason, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So what were you saying, G-Rock? Go ahead.
I can see both sides of it. I can see why people are upset, understandably so. Like I'm one of them people. But the thing is, in which nobody is understanding, is like, in Nintendo's defense, remember last year when we kept hearing like Nintendo was on Game Freak and the Pokemon company's ass because they needed something Pokemon related. Mm-hmm. They are in a crunch right now, and a lot of people not getting it. Like, this is the end of the current generation of what systems are going, like where we at outside of PlayStation and Xbox. They're about to have a Switch. They're not going to be the new guys on the block for much longer. So that momentum of being in the new system is about to go away. They want to get out as much of the big hitters as possible to get as many Switches and homes as possible. So when like PS5 and Xbox whatever pop up, you can't say, oh, the Switch is the new kid on the block, because it's not. That momentum instantly goes away. Mm-hmm. So how do you rectify that? You get on your company's ass and be like, I don't care what you got to do. Make a game like they're remaking Yellow. supposedly here. Remake Pokemon Yellow. You got a year's time to do it. Do whatever you got to do to it to bring in as many people. And then we still have the actual game next year, which is going to be a game for the guys like us who grew up on it. It's a smart business decision because you have to look at a long game. Like, and I get it that everybody's like not happy about it, but at the end of the day, you're still going to get what you want. But we want other people on the Switch. And if this is how we got to get rid of it, I'm one of the people who wants the 3DS to go the hell away. This is how we're gonna do it. Like this is how it gets done. When Pokemon eventually, now that it's gone, it's off the 3DS. Everyone comes over to Switch. That focus for Nintendo becomes the Switch when enough people are here, and it's not here yet, which is why they're keeping the 3DS around the way they are.
That's a good point. Because
I get it, but we get both games.
And that's a good point, because when you think about it, Pokemon Let's Go is going to be the only Pokemon that we get this fall. There's not going to be one on the 3DS.
Right.
Exactly. So you're going to get those guys to transition over, and like now that they're like, okay, well, I have to go here if I want to play Pokemon. So that market instantly moves over. That's instant bank. Like, they got to think long term.
Right. All right, Afrogoon, you were one of the other people who said that you think that this is actually going to alienate more than it's going to bring people in. So why do you feel like that? Tell us your thoughts.
When I say like alienate, I don't want to make it seem like it's just negative. It's just that I know that the core fan base would look for the type of like they like Pokemon for what it is and everything else. When they see something like this, it's like I'm not really progressing in the way that I can. The game is, like I said, it's super casualized. You can actually cheese the hell out of this game if you want to, because of the fact that they tell you can play this game with one Joy-Con. You can have someone come in and play with you, but you can easily be two trainers at once. And basically, it's just like it's like you're just giving somebody the ability to just skip over what made this game more fun for everyone else is being able to just go out there, try to learn, and also try to basically figure out how they're going to team build and things like that. But I feel like they might have made this game to where it might possibly be like
it might have the adverse effect of what they want.
Yeah, so it's just like it's not gonna please anyone. That's when it's gonna for the people who've played this game for years and they expect, the next generation and things like that. And instead,
to be fair, that's why they announced the other one's coming.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, this won't be the kind of the game I feel like it just alienates them, but it's not a bad thing because, like I said, if this was only it, then it would be an issue. But it's not.
That'd be different.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, it's not bad that it's alienating them. It's just bringing in a different audience for this. Like, this game isn't really for you guys; it's for them. But we still are thinking about you. So here's a game for you too.
I think there's a lot of people out there that feel burned because this isn't the core Pokemon that they wanted for the year, but they find solace in knowing that they announced that they're still bringing out that core Pokemon game next year, that it's still being worked on, that this is not the core Pokemon game. So I think that kind of softened the blow a little bit. So I think
it's like it alienates it, but it's like they're not completely alienating. And that's what makes it okay.
Right, because you still know that that big one is coming next year. Alrighty. So I think that we've talked a pretty good bit about Pokemon. We're gonna go ahead and transition into questions. Does anybody have anything to add before we transition to questions?
No.
Nope. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to our question section. So for those of you guys out there who have questions, you guys already know that you need to put your questions in the questions chat in the Team Red Gaming Discord. If you would like your questions to be read, make sure you please head over to the Discord channel and put your question in the questions Discord. So the first question that we have for today is by Yesig. And Yesig says, what Nintendo game do you think will be revealed at E3? Anybody want to take that one?
One we haven't heard of yet?
Yeah, I guess one that we haven't heard of before.
Pikmin 4.
If Pikmin 4, please Pikmin 4, please.
It'd be dope if they did a Pikmin trilogy.
I want Pikmin 4.
I
care about Pikmin.
Co-op one too.
Star Fox Grand Prix probably gets shown.
One that we don't know or we haven't heard of before.
You know what? Fine. Earthbound 2.
No,
Yeah.
that's never happening.
We're never getting Mother 3. We're never getting Mother 3.
There's no market for that game.
Isn't there like a
Oh,
thing
there
where
is.
like the creator doesn't want to or something like that? Isn't like that?
No,
the
I-
deal?
Yeah, the
If you-
creator
if you
doesn't
played-
even want to make the game.
If you played Mother 3, and I think that's what he meant when he said Earthbound 2, is that if you played Mother 3, there's a kind of bit of symbolism in there that probably might not make it in one piece here.
Yeah.
Oh, we still sensitive over here in the U.S., I guess.
Oh damn. Well, there you go, guys. No more Earthbound for us.
No, or
Ah.
you.
Well, that sucks.
Yes.
You can buy the cartridge though.
Yes, you can. So Miguel Rose says, do you think that a brand new James Bond 007 game will be announced at E3 this year? If so, would you like to see a new James Bond game? I mean, I feel like any attempt that they've tried with the 007 series post 64 didn't really catch on, or they weren't very good. So I don't suspect that. I think that ship has sailed, to be honest. That's just me, though.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind it, but like, yeah,
No,
the later ones
yeah.
weren't that great.
Now, if they found a way to make a modern version of 007 64, I think people would be all over that. But as far as making a whole new one, I don't know. I feel like that would be a hard sell for a lot of people.
Yeah, fresh.
Alright, so Matthew Pipe says, between Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokepark, and Pokemon Snap, if you had to choose one of these 4 good spin-off Pokemon games over Pokemon Let's
Coliseum.
Go, which one would it be? You didn't even let me finish the question. Alright.
Instead of what?
Yeah, it was Coliseum. As soon as you said Cole, I was
Instead
like,
of Pokemon Let's Go, would you choose between Pokemon Stadium, Coliseum, Pokepark, or Snap? Which one would you
Snap.
choose?
Coliseum.
I like Snap.
Snap.
Snap is fun.
Only because I got Pokken Tournament, so yeah, Snap.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I keep
Stadium's a
forgetting
little too
Pokemon
similar
tournaments,
to Pokemon
honestly.
in that respect.
Coliseum's the only one that matters. Put it on the Switch. Let's go.
We got Pokken Tournament. Why would I play Coliseum?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Just
What's the difference
no,
between?
no.
Wait a minute. What's the? I've never played Coliseum.
Oh.
Coliseum. What is the
It is
difference between
Coliseum,
Coliseum
And there are
and
no
tournament?
arguments here.
What's the difference? Tell me. I've never played
Col-
Coliseum.
Col-
Coliseum has
Pokemon-
Coliseum.
let me-
The series for Coliseum actually has like a story-driven thing where basically
Yeah.
you have to save Pokemon who've had their hearts turned black, and you have to purify them.
But it's still turn based. Pokken Tournament's like that
Yeah, that's what I'm
Tekken.
saying.
Let's get it.
Pokemon
Yeah, but we already
Tournament
have
is bad
Pokemon Tournament,
hard,
so now we can get something even better like Coliseum. Let's
Oh
go.
gosh.
Okay.
So it's basically Poké Tournament but turn-based attacks,
Sorry, I was
right?
yawning.
I'm gonna take the kick rocks. That's it.
oh, okay.
Oh.
Well then. All right,
Luckily, I live nearby a
guys.
gravel road.
Oh,
I got plenty.
well,
You know,
there you
like,
go.
You know, like those old
I can
school
definitely
Looney
rock
Tune
hard.
cartoons when freaking Bugs Bunny gets a freaking glove and like slaps people with it. I feel like that's what's going on right now. This is a very classy argument right now.
Right.
Like
I
they're
mean,
so
I wish
even
articulate. Well,
could,
they're so
Like,
articulate with it
sir,
too.
I'll
Well,
challenge you to
well,
a-
sir,
I'll
I
challenge you
think
to a
that
fisticuffs.
Coliseum is
Wow.
better.
Raise your dukes.
Cups.
Oh my good
Oops.
sir, I'll raise you a Pokken Tournament.
I will defend my honor here on this Discord.
What is this travesty you speak of?
Yo, this.
Lord save me if you take that tone with me again.
All right, I'm done. I gotta come back for that.
Okay, and here comes Darkstar with the shade, of course, because Darkstar is the shade master.
No shade, no tea. No God.
Fon's like, oh, don't even read it.
Darkstar's question is, how much do you think the Switch will pass the Xbox by the end of this year? And how do you think the fanboys will deflect?
I don't give a
50
shit.
million, and they'll cry. Always.
Oh my gosh.
I used to be ride or die for Xbox, and they died, so I had to ride. So it's whatever.
Send all of
Well-
your hate mail to Darkstar
Where's that?
DX on YouTube.
I just like to point out, Darkstar, that I've called this generation blow by blow, and everybody here was telling me I was stupid for playing on
You
PS4.
feel stupid for playing on PS4, but it's on the what?
They didn't know, man. I called this, man.
You ain't said
every
nothing.
time. God
You
damn
ain't said nothing this whole time. You've been quiet, playing Zelda and then reading whatever else.
Look,
I know what I'm talking about.
I ain't got
Can't
no
trust
part
myself.
of this.
Do not argue with me.
I ain't got
Anyway, do not
no
listen to
part
the
of this.
deliriousness in the background.
Let's just put it this way: the fate of the
Go listen
Xbox,
to the man screaming in the clouds.
the fate of the Xbox is their own doing.
Yeah,
They,
definitely.
they're not interested in making video games. They're interested in selling you hardware and controllers. That's why they're in the position they're in.
Oh, it's not fair.
Send
What's
all
an
your
Xbox?
hate
I wanna-
to Active Sim Gaming.
Thank you,
It's
Coupon.
facts, but if you're mad about it, there you go.
They're not interested in making games. They want to
They
sell you a
really
service.
are.
They want to sell you
Canceling all
hardware.
their, all
Yeah.
their exclusives. Like Crackdown's about to get canceled. I'll just
Crackdown
throw that
is
out
in
there.
a
You're about to
very
get a
dire
Crackdown
state.
controller instead.
That shit
Seriously.
is about to get canceled. Mark my words, it will be canceled.
I think
Well.
there's no way they're gonna cancel it. There's
Or
no
if they don't cancel it, it still ain't gonna be about shit.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised
good.
if it's delayed to.
We're gonna get Crackdown, but it's gonna look a lot like the Black Tiger game on PS4.
Oh,
They're
gosh.
over there trying to make it look like Fortnite or some crap. Watch.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
Crackdown Battle Royale.
Phil Spencer has been a lot of talk and no show.
Like he
That's
lost
his entire career.
something happened and he lost his pizzazz because he was doing well for a while and then suddenly downhill. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they did
The
something.
star was Scalebound.
They
Yeah.
realized
I'll tell you what happened. It was at E3 conference. It
They
was at
realized-
E3 conference.
which one?
The one where Xbox choked. That's what happened.
When they
I
showed
think
the
that they
new-
realized that they would be better off going a different way because
The
I
losing way?
like no, not like that, but I mean like they realized that what they do best is software and firmware. So they decided to go that way because nothing that they could do was bringing gamers in because they were so the gamers really turned their backs on them when they had their reveal conference and there was just nothing else they could do really. So they were
didn't
like,
have a-
well,
More like
let's
they
just
turned their backs
focus.
on gamers, though.
True.
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
were
just
like,
let
let's
them-
just go software and just, merge it with the rest of our Windows stuff and let's call it.
It's the never-ending
I'm just
cycle with
hyped for-
Microsoft, though.
I
It's
just
like
hope
they try to bring out new exclusives. Their fans don't buy it, so then they
Exactly.
just go
True.
back. They just go back to Halo, Forza Gears.
Pretty much.
All the exclusives that they brought out weren't horrible. I mean, maybe
No.
they weren't
The
all
recent
that
ones
great.
are like Sea of
recent
Thieves and
ones.
State of
Well,
Decay.
yeah, those recent ones were, but the ones
Yeah,
like
but
Sunset
Sunset
Overdrive
Overdrive,
was amazing.
Sunset Overdrive
Nobody
is one of
jumped
the
on
best
that.
games
That
this
is-
generation.
that
I
is
still
the
stick
prime
by
thing
that.
out on Sunset
If that
Overdrive.
gets announced for
It's
PC
fine.
this year, I'm gonna be happy.
Bro, I am going to explode on the internet. It's gonna be
I wouldn't be
ridiculous.
surprised if they put that on PC. Like, I don't blame
They
them.
should.
for putting
It's
most of
like,
their
why
stuff on
wouldn't they
PC.
at this
It
point?
At
was.
this point, yeah, might as well.
All right,
It was
so
just
let's.
a rumor going
right.
around. Sunset Overdrive 2 got leaked but they already shot it down. It's like that's not real, so don't
Yeah.
believe
It
it.
can't be,
Don't
because,
They're
like,
looking
play
for
with
they're
me.
looking for publish.
they're
Actually,
making
publish that.
Spider-Man, so how can they don't have? They're not a big enough studio to make two games.
Sony, step in, please.
I know, they seriously need to.
But they
I
said they
need
wanna do
Sunset Overdrive too.
They just said they need a publisher, and there's nobody.
Yeah, because Microsoft's not interested in buying.
Yeah.
They're not
All right, so
gonna
guys,
play.
I have
They didn't
to.
buy the game.
I know this is a hot topic, but I have to push forward. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So we're gonna move on to
But
the
anyways,
next.
Switch is gonna double Xbox sales by 2019.
Yeah,
Hey, pumpkin.
facts.
So
Facts.
next question from Matthew Pipes: if Nintendo does a Nintendo Switch Pokemon bundle, how quickly do you think that junk is gonna fly off the shelves?
You won't even see it in stores. That's how fast it's gonna sell.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna sell out the first day, and you're not gonna see it ever
You're
again.
never gonna find it again.
You're gonna refresh your Amazon listing, it'll be up there, but it'll be already be unavailable.
Considering that Nintendo only makes 100 of whatever the fuck they make anyway.
Exactly.
That's
Pretty
facts
much.
though. That's facts though.
Here, let's add 10. Oh, I don't know why this would make people angry.
What?
We only added 10 things in here.
Oh yeah. Let's re-release it 6 months later.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Look, we'll promise we won't do this again.
Until the next time.
Dun 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 dun.
And then it happens again.
And it happens again.
And then
Oh,
everyone's just
shoot.
like, oh,
And then we
wait.
won't do it again. Well,
We need to fire that guy who keeps doing this, because this isn't us.
Yeah, for real. Alright, so I would like to go ahead and ask one more question. I'm trying to choose which one I want to do.
Pick mine.
You have a question? What's your question?
No, I'm just talking shit.
We talked about Star Fox last podcast. I feel like we've talked about Metroid and Fire Emblem already. I think we've talked about Metroid and Fire Emblem already.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paid Enthusiast says, do you think Eevee will have its own games now that the Pokemon Company is seemingly pushing him as the second lead mascot of the franchise?
This is his game. He don't get no more.
Yeah, technically this is his game, right?
Yeah.
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 This is his game.
Well, that
I
was
think he needs
easy.
to use him as a starter.
He's
going
basically
forward.
the Luigi of Pokemon. He's not the shadow of Pikachu.
That is a great analogy.
saying.
He's the
He's the
Luigi
Green
of
Mario
Pokemon.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I still love you, boo. It's okay.
It's so
But
funny.
yeah, I don't. He might get some other stuff too, but like I don't see him getting any like big notoriety past like
Yeah.
what's already out there. Like,
Eevee's pretty
Pikachu.
popular.
All right, you guys.
Like, Eevee is pretty popular, surprisingly, but like
Yeah.
come on, Pikachu.
All right, you guys.
Nobody-
So
yeah,
that
nobody
is
knows.
going.
Like generic.
That is going to be the last question for tonight. I apologize. Normally we try to take, as many of them as we can, but I really have to get out of here. I would like to thank the panel so much for coming through. I know it was last minute and I'm so sorry, but I appreciate you guys for taking out the time to come and join us on Team Red. You guys have been awesome. I loved having you guys on today. It was a great cast because of you guys bringing your flavor to the cast. So let's go ahead and do our outros. So let's go ahead and start with our guests. Let's start with G-Rock. G-Rock, give your outro, buddy.
Alright, so anyway, Thug Life, PlayStation, Nintendo all day, Sega sucks, and if you like them, you suck too. Thug Life, that's all I gotta say. So, and don't forget, Sega sucks.
He's just like,
That's why you got a Sephiroth picture, bro.
Shout outs to G-Rock. Oh my god, it's always a
Always
pleasure
a
to have
pleasure.
G-Rock on the cast. So, some first timers here. Let's give a shout out to Afro Goon. Thank you so much for coming. Give your outro.
Awesome, by the way.
I know, I love it so much. I love it. So give your
Afro
outro.
Goon.
Let the people know who you are, where they can find you.
You can check my Twitter at Afrogoon Part 2, YouTube, which is also Afrogoon, and then also Twitch would be obviously Afrogoon. I got PSN Legend of Gray on that. Friend code. It's just check my Twitter bio. I'm not gonna say down here. It's my social security number. Anyway, remember the motto for 2018 is Pokemon Let's Go to Sleep, and it was nice being here with everybody.
Thank you so much for coming. Afro Goon. Alright, so Avatar Yaya, give your outro and let the people know where they can find you.
Alright, you can find me on everything at Avatar Yaya, Twitter at Avatar Yaya TV, Team Pikachu, because he got more moves. But other than that, you'll see me everywhere. Like, it's always talking and always in the stream, so yeah.
For sure. Abaddon, go ahead and give your outro, let the people know where they can find you.
What's happening, people? This is Abaddon. Pikachu sucks, and
You got right in the mic for that one. Reminder, Pikachu sucks.
But y'all guys can find me on YouTube at Abaddon Smith. Same on Twitter. I stream almost every night these days. I stream fighting games, shooting games, and pretty much any game where to catch an L in. Sometimes I want to stream some RPGs, so anything that I can stream, that's basically what I do. Oh, and I do video game original soundtrack reviews now, so you might want to check that out.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Abaddon. So now let's go ahead and give it up to my panel members. Coupon, give your outro.
You know me coming in with the hot lateness, fashionably late, struggling late in traffic. because
She
they
was
just
in
don't
traffic,
want me to
starting
be
a
here.
revolution with Marcus.
I was just starting a revolution, Marcus style. Yeah, I'm Coupon Strategy. You can find me at Coupon on Twitch and Twitter and Facebook, pretty much anything. It'll be Coupon or Coupon Stripes. I just recently got finished streaming Detroit Become Human twice.
Oh, that game is too good. It's
so you
too
get 2 different gameplay playthroughs, and then some extra stuff that was in between those 2 playthroughs. So you can check that out on my channel on YouTube and on Twitch because I double stream both of them. And I'm going to start streaming some backlog bullshit because you know how it is. You got a lot of backlogs that you missed, so I gotta finish this. I gotta finish up on some Uncharted. I still have yet to play Uncharted Lost Legacy. Goddamn, I gotta finish that. I gotta do Nier Automata. I gotta finish up some Shadow Colossus. I gotta finish up this Shantae bitch ass. I got a lot of shit. Kirby gotta get finished. Fucking Hyrule Warriors, Bayonetta.
You can knock out Kirby in no time at all.
Oh, no, I'm almost done with it. I just gotta finish the last little portion that I had. I just kind of stopped. Because I think God of War came out that time. I didn't stream that, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. It was just too good, and I didn't have the energy to be poking my face on no damn stream for that.
I probably won't be streaming God of War until
it was too good. I had to do that on my own, so it's whatever. But yeah, so just check me out. I'll probably be streaming some more in the next couple of days. All the backlog crap and stuff, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and give it to my other panel mate, Alex. Give your outro, please.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? Active Sin here. And my battery just said low battery, so that's perfect timing. But yeah, you can follow me on at Twitter at ActiveSinGaming. This was a good show, a lot of good topics today. A lot of new faces in the podcast today. Thank you guys for coming.
And it wasn't a train wreck, even though there's so many people. So I appreciate you guys for that.
Because we had a host that actually keeps the podcast moving.
Oh my god!
But we also had to make sure that we weren't sidetracking a lot either.
Exactly. Or doing 20-minute monologues or some shit.
No shade, no tea, no drama.
I agree with Chris. Sega does suck. Xbox gamers are nothing but a bunch of Sega refugees. So it's a trash console. It's all about Nintendo, Sony, and the PC Master Race, baby. And stop hating on Drake. He's a good dad.
Oh no.
He's a national hero.
Pick up my son. Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Oh man, we're not gonna talk about that. We'll be here for hours.
So I'm gonna give my outro. You guys can talk about this after the show because I got stuff to do. So you guys already know you can find me at the Video Game Her pretty much anywhere. The Video Game Her on Twitter, the Video Game Her on YouTube, Mixer, and now Twitch. Now that I've changed my username to Video Game Her on Twitch, and I just want to thank you guys again for coming through. I would like to thank all of you guys who are watching for coming through. You guys are so awesome. We got up to like 45 people watching. You guys make sure you keep thumbing our podcast up so we can get this on people's recommended feeds so they can come through and listen to the awesome things that we have to say. When this video goes archived, I'm gonna put all of our guest information in the description so that you guys can find their channels or find their Twitters, and then you guys could chop it up with them outside of the podcast. I know a lot of you guys enjoyed them. I saw a lot of good comments about panel members and the guests inside of the chat. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this Pokemon extravaganza.
This was fun.
Yeah, man. We got to do this again one day. So again, thank you guys, and we're gonna go ahead and dip up out of here, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Sega sucks.
It's all
Sega
about
sucks.
TV.
They really do.